What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Duce Ray here. Let's coffee down. I wanted to briefly talk about PreSonus. It's a big announcement. A couple days ago, they just posted a video on their YouTube channel teasing basically the number 6, which most feel like it's the next Studio One 6. I'm excited and nervous all at the same time. I think most of the community probably is at the moment. As many people know, that Fender bought PreSonus like a year ago or so. It looks like we have another major release on the way. Studio One version 6. What I'd like to see and what I think I'll see, or quite possibly see, are two very different things. I'd like to see some improvements, giving us surround and Dolby Atmos support. Natively would be perfect. That's the industry, like that's going where the industry's going is Atmos. Companies like Apple and Amazon and other companies are investing big money into these services for the end user, so you know, their listening experience. As a engineer, producer, you gotta start thinking about Atmos. That's coming up. Even as an artist, you gotta start thinking about your songs in Atmos. Some of the drum programming could be improved. Being able to, like, right inside the Impact plugin where you usually program your drums, I would like to be able to transpose notes more easily. I mean, you can do it now. It's just a pain in the ass. You have to use a transport knob or automate that knob, and the control is just it could be better. Like, there should be a way to take, like how Fruity Loops does it, or FL Studio and other programs, where you can take that sample and then just take that sample lane or that channel that sample lives on and flip it to like a piano roll situation where you can just, for like hats and for hi-hats and stuff, for example, or kicks or whatever. If you want to take your drums and you want to pitch them up and down at points, there's workarounds for it. You can, like I said, you can use every sample has that transpose and tune knobs. You could automate those. I've done that before. It's just not great solution. Another way I found to kind of automate, for example, hats would be to use load the hat sample up into the sampler and then just play the key, that same hat. Instead of having a drum programming thing, you separate out a hat, for example. That's one way to do it, and that way you can play it like with your keys, or you just use your regular MIDI notes and be good. Beyond that, Atmos for me, that's a big one. I want to get there. I still need a few more speakers for that to happen, but I'm kind of been waiting to see what Studio One does with it a little bit. But I've also been looking around at other DAWs to see what other options I have as far as for Atmos mixing. So right now, this is kind of exciting. We could see Atmos, but I highly doubt it. Especially with Fender buying them and what the CEO said. This is where we get into what I think we might see as opposed to what I want to see. The Fender CEO said he wanted to see Studio One simplified. He said it was too complex. It seems like they want an easy way for just a guitar player to like record their tracks. Easily get ideas down and stuff. Instead of coming out with or having multiple versions of Studio One, he wants to simplify the whole thing. So hopefully, I don't know if that's just UI changes a little bit or different. I don't know what that entails. I'm afraid that it's going to come at watering down the product that already exists. Studio One's an excellent DAW for so many things. It's very powerful, and I just don't want to see Studio One get nerfed because they think it's too complex for a guitar player. If they take this great product and they nerf it completely, if they completely nerf it, I'll probably be looking at switching a lot of things, unfortunately. I'd rather them do nothing at this point than nerf it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll give up the Atmos and I'll go somewhere else. I'll use another DAW just to mix the Atmos portable things if I have to in the future. But just the creative tools and things that the workflow, everything is just so powerful, so simplified, so user friendly currently in Studio One. If you want a nerfed product, just use something else, or make something else, or I guess turn your artist version, or rebrand the artist version into something else. You know, use that as your nerf thing and keep the professional one for the way it is. Though I would love to see some Atmos thrown in there. That's such a big one right now. I mean, there's like, even Reaper now supports Atmos. Not natively though. It's interesting to see which programs are supporting it natively and which ones are requiring you to go through the Adobe Bridge and through their Adobe like plugin that they have. That's like $1,000. This being said, even if Studio One did support Atmos fully in natively, depending on the controls and stuff that they add, it still might be worth using Adobe Bridge to go to their render engine, especially from just the monitoring control aspect, especially if you don't have, I think the Dolby Atmos like metering, like your monitor control system for one of those. I think a full Dolby Atmos one is somewhere in the neighborhood of like 8 or 10 grand for one of those. I don't see myself getting one of those anytime super soon, but I'll probably get one at some point, depending on where the price is sitting, what's out there. Usually technology gets cheaper and better, so somebody might come up with something that's really good in the next few years. I suspect somebody will. So like actually, you know, like PreSonus would be the perfect company to do that. Like they have 2 different monitoring control systems. Well, they have several more than that, but they have a few that are really good for their price point. I could totally see or PreSonus coming out with an Atmos controller for monitoring. You know, something that would be a few grand, you know, like even like $2,000, I think would be a good, like I would buy something from PreSonus if they had, you know, $2,000 quality monitoring control system for a full Atmos setup with a minimum of 714. If it had at least 714, then definitely. Do I think they're going to? Probably not. But we'll know more like on the 29th in a few days. Whatever the announcement is, hopefully it's good and not bad. Hopefully it's not nerfing the product. Can tell you this much, I won't be immediately hitting that upgrade button on my account. There's options out there. So Studio One, PreSonus, aka Fender. Let's not screw the pooch on this one, all right? Let's add some Atmos. Let's not nerf the program that's already great, that so many people love. I don't want to have to go somewhere else. But if you guys screw it up, I guess we have no choice as Studio One users to go somewhere else. So hopefully you don't. If you like this video, hit the like, hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below what you think of Studio One. Do you use it? Are you scared for what's coming? Are you excited for what's coming? What do you think? By the way, I also make beats, so occasionally you'll see beats thrown up on this channel. You can always check out my beat store, links in the description. Please follow, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.